Okay, so Ayakashi Akashi's miwashibas latest game. And you know me. And that miwashiba is like... miwashiba's like my god, so I gotta be playing it, you know. Okay, let me get rid of this image right here. Oh wow, it's like a lot bigger this time. Hold on. I don't want the window to be that big. Alright, here we go. Totally didn't try to stream this and then failed. Just ignore the continue. Alright, yeah, we got the auto save. Last time I did 1, so I'll do 2 this time. So how's your guys' day going? There are beings known as Ayakashi. They cause peculiar phenomena and at times inflict harm. As consequence, they have long been seen as fearful beings. One could interpret their name as the Sharing Dead. Also, Mama, have you played Ayakashi Akashi yet? I'm curious. I totally haven't been procrastinating on homework. Oh, that's a mood. For they merely seek the things they couldn't have in the places they once were. You did. Finished up to the end of the chapter. Do you get like Higurashi vibes from it? It's longer than the Faceless Double. Oh wow. Okay. They simply want to share in those same blessings. Well, there's probably a lot of less work that needs to go into this than Faceless Double, since Faceless Double is like an RPG, and this is a VN. I can't do voices for that. This must be my punishment. Faint. I can't voice that. In which case, there's only one thing to do. Ha! Also, has miwashiba updated their Twitter about Light Eat? Because I know that they said that they were going to talk more about the Light Eat drama CD at like later in the day, and I fell asleep and haven't been on Twitter at all today. This is some rain. And to think, it was sweltering earlier. I scratched my head and looked up to the sky. As if the good weather earlier were a dream. Large drops poured from the heavens and struck against the ground unceasingly. Oh? Mr. Yorinada, whatever could you be doing out here? Well, what does it look like? Still gazing up at the sky, I waved my hands in front of my eyes. My slightly damp sleeves clung to my skin. My, so you haven't an umbrella? That's a pity. I'd say the Higurashi vibes are vague, I guess because it's super upfront on the situation at hand, but there's less of a mystery of what's going on. Oh, really? That kinda sucks. I thought this was gonna have a mystery in it. We're so worried about the culprit. Ah, I see. Okay. A pity, eh? Sounds like you don't intend to help. My, for how often we're together, did you really think me the sort of person who would help in such a situation? Well then, I will take my leave. You will be late as well if you don't hurry, Mr. Yorinada. Yeah, thanks, Tina. You're so kind, Tina. Pay no mind to me standing there. Tina left with a leisurely gait. Yep, that's just how she is. Guess I'll wait a little longer. Worst case, I'll go and get soaked. Increasingly filled with resignation as the sound of I can't talk! As rain only got louder, I let out a sigh. And then 2 sets of footsteps broke through that sound, heading my way. Mister! Mista! You mean me? Mista! Mista. Oh. It's Misty, alright. What you doing, Mista? Also, like, I'm probably the only one that made this mistake, but, so when this came out originally in Japanese, I played through the game, and, like, I wasn't paying attention to who was speaking, and then, like, Miwashiba was asking for some feedback, and I was like, is there, like, one character that is this, or are there two characters? Or, like, I think there's a sprite that's missing, like, one of the ponytails, because the girl has, like, well, not ponytails, but the girl has two of these, and the boy has only one of them. And I told Miwashiba, I was like, I think there's a sprite problem. And then they were like, no, that's how it's supposed to be. There are two people. So I kind of wish that, like, when these two characters are on screen, that Miwashiba would draw them both separate so I could tell. Kind of like have them be like Kurodo and Shirodo in their sprites. I didn't bring an umbrella, so I can't go to school. I'm stuck. Are you kids lost? Is that a JoJo reference? We're not lost, right? Right! Nope. Then what are you up to on this dreary morning? Mista! Yeah, maybe have one of the twins have a flipped sprite so that's easier to tell it's two people. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Whoops. Press the Windows button. Not the best conversation I've ever had. Besides, I needed to hurry, or I'd be late for class. Mista! Sorry, but I'm in a hurry. Hold up here and keep out of the rain. It should help your parents to find you. It is still raining, but it's gotten better than before. May just have to put up with getting wet. Ignoring the two fussing children, I sprinted off into the raindrops that fell harder and harder. I didn't want to deal with this nuisance. Ah, where are you going? Riri's going too. I managed to give the slip to the two chasing children and arrived at school. What was with those kids? Oh, Yoi-chan! Morning! Good morning, Mr. Yonada. Ah, Rokuro and Zero. Good morning. You look kinda like an overworked mop today, Teach. It has been raining a whole lot. No umbrella? It wasn't raining when I left. That's why you gotta check the TV! Yeah, well, it'll dry soon at any rate. Come on, get back to the classroom. Right. First period, math, right? I'm not the best at teaching it, but I have a fondness for mathematics. These buildings were old. To put it nicely, they had character. To put it meanly, they were falling apart. On rainy days especially, there were often places that leaked. And we didn't have many teachers nor students. I taught a class of second years, but there was effectively only one class per grade. Though naturally, separate teachers were needed for supplementary subjects like art. Guess I'll get going. Ah, fifth period at last. Mr. Yonada, what are we doing today? At the end of each month at Jusei Junior High, 5th to 6th period was a designated free period, decided upon by the teacher and students. You could have an ethics lesson, or give time for self-study, or teach test-taking skills, all sorts of things. Sometimes we'd even play cards. To be honest, the principal tended to be accepting of anything. Maybe this kind of thing is only possible because it's an underpopulated rural school. So, what will it be today? Allow for self-study. Well, I guess I'll read then. Also, is there any plot significance told yet as to why everyone's left eye is black? Just like total black, or is that like a stylist artistic choice? Reading. You mean your idol magazines, right? Oh, that's me. Huh? How'd you know? Oh, that reminds me. I saw something in a magazine earlier. Seems like aesthetic? Okay. Giant pancakes. Those look delicious. Hey, those are the ones Maki Maki was eating. Yeah, they sure looked yummy. I'm interested too. Woohoo! Come over here! Ia suddenly brought up the subject of large pancakes featured in a magazine, drawing several people over, including Akechi from Persona 5. Kitty, quiet down. Why are you on my bed just meowing? What's the matter? Sheesh, they're so immature to be infatuated with pancakes at their age. And Kitty loves you too. Yeah, I prefer fried chicken. So here's my favorite character. I really like Karita. You should lay off the fried food too. Offended Akechi noises directed at Riku. So hey, Riku, could I have you teach me today? Your grades seem fine to me, Karuta. I mean, I know you periodically get tutored, Riku. Karuta sure seems to like eating a lot, and I can relate. Oh, that's a big mood. You should teach me how then. What? You surprised me. Considering your lack of will to learn, I don't exactly get the urge to teach you. Mino's willing to learn, but words are hard. How do you even live among society? Fine then, I'll teach you both. Come on. Woohoo! Yay! In addition to the pancake crew, there was another group gathering around Riku for tutoring. Seems they're truly treating this as nothing more than free time. Oh yes, can you tutor me, he says. Wink, 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 wink. Yoi-chan, you bored? I'm not bored. I got the job of watching you guys. But just watching is boring, right? Look, I told you. Want to play werewolf? Werewolf. Allow me to explain. First, the players are randomly handed out rules and cards. Also, this game is just essentially the frickin' what was it called? Like, there's that one game with the mafia that you try to find. The basic rules. The basic rules are villager, werewolf, and seer. Yeah, it's basically Mafia the Salem trial, yeah. Seers and villagers are in the villager camp, while werewolves are in the werewolf camp. Villagers have no abilities. Seers can, at night, divine whether someone is a werewolf or a villager. And werewolves can eat anyone who's not on their side. During the day, everyone talks it out to determine who's a werewolf. If those in the werewolf camp can hide their identities and wipe out the villagers via executions or devourment, they win. And the villager camp wins if they identify the werewolves and execute them. So, if you're a werewolf, you gotta deceive people to survive, got it? That's the way Mafia works. It sounds pretty difficult. You'll pick it up as you play. Normally, it spans several days, but let us adopt one night of werewolf rules to play for just one day. Wow, I am tripping on my words. What do these entail? Since night only comes once, you must definitely hang the werewolf in one day before nightfall. To be frank, it's quite different from normal werewolf, but we have precious few people, so oh well. Being either saved or eaten in a single day sounds brutal. Hey, it's just that kind of game. It's just the way Mafia works, man. It seems this one's caught on lately. There's all sorts of games out there these days. It's fine, Cessna talks a lot and very fast, so tripping over words probably is expected. Yeah. As for participants, let's have Sir Rakudo, Sir Zero, Mr. Yorinata, and how about you two? My, would you be alright with me? Tina feels like she'd be adept at this game, judging from the explanation. She seriously gives me like Celestia Ludenberg vibes. I don't need to play, do I? Well now, this game is more fun the more people you have. Aren't you lonely all by yourself? Dude, that's how Mafia actually works. Who is all by herself? If you're asking for a fight, I'll give it to you. Kashima is so susceptible to agitation. Under the one night rules, 2 roles will be added on top of the ones I gave before. First, the thief. They can trade cards with any one person. Also, how does Cessna do her hair? Like, her braids are like popping in and out of existence. I gotta know. However, they won't know what that person's role is in advance. Second, the psycho. In the werewolf camp, yet the seer sees them as a werewolf. In the werewolf camp, yet the seer sees them as a villager. A real troublesome fellow. However, the werewolf doesn't know who's the psycho, and the psycho doesn't know who's the werewolf. But since this is one night werewolf, the seer will be able to divine that the psycho is the psycho. In fact, the seer is able to divine anyone's exact roles. But still, the werewolf doesn't know who's the psycho, and the psycho doesn't know who's the werewolf. Actually, there are other roles that form a third camp, but it'll get rather complicated, so perhaps we can stick them in once we've learned how to play. I wrote some notes on the roles, so make use of them. Tremendously thoughtful. Lastly, in One Night Werewolf, there are 2 extra cards in the deck. The leftovers remain in the face-down state. Only the seer can know what's on these cards, or the thief if they steal a face-down card. But of course, should they pick one of these, they can't divine the role of another player. I'm a bit fuzzy on it still, but I believe I follow. The ultimate division of cards will be 2 villagers, 2 seers, 2 werewolves, 1 thief, and 1 psycho. 8 cards in total. Now, let's play around. Alright, let's go. At the proposal of Rokudo and the others, I ended up playing werewolf. Cards with roles written on them were passed out to each of us face down. Now then, everyone, check your role. Do it with protective prudence so the person beside you can't sneak a peek. My role is villager. That might make it easier to see the score than if I had a special role. Next, the werewolves will confirm who their allies are, and divining and thieving may take place. Everyone, put your heads down on your desks. Yo, but how are the werewolves gonna commune with each other if this is done in person? Like, it makes sense when you're online and you can just, like, whisper to someone, but... Each of the action phrases came to an end. Upon Cessna's signal, everyone timidly lifted their heads. Well then, now begins daytime. Give statements like, my role is this, and try to guess the werewolves. Who could the villainous werewolves of this world be? Since we have some novices playing, let's give 10 minutes for the discussion. So, can I say something? Yes, go ahead. I'm Kashima Akabono, the seer. I used divination on Professor Yorinata. He was a villager. Aha, that's correct. Oh, really? What? Are you calling me a liar? Whoa, don't shout so much. What are you, a crow? Who are you calling a crow? More importantly, I'm wondering if there's any other seers. Huh? I'm the seer. I am also a seer, though. Oh, well, there are 2 seers in the deck, so such a turn of events is possible. Who did you use divination on, Zero? About that. It was you, Akebono, and you came up as a seer. Well now, that doesn't exactly inspire confidence. How so? Does Akebono saying she's a seer and I saying the same not make it certain? If we can take you at your word, then that'd be true, but look at the big picture. It's easy peasy to make that claim right after Kashima-chan said she was a seer. Yes, that's true. Well considered, Rokuro. Am I right or am I right? No. Zero, if you're really a seer, be a little more tenacious. Who knows? Maybe a third seer will show up. Will it now? A brief silence followed Kashima's agitated remark. It seems Kashima and Zero are the only ones claiming to be seers. To be honest, looking at the face-down cards would have made it easier for you to confirm what roles are in play. But Kashima-chan, Zero, I guess you were both just too dumb to arrive at that idea, huh? Whoa now, steady yourselves. Calm down, take deep breaths. Yeah, come on, it's just a game. Sir Dokudo, I'd like to ask you to choose your words more carefully. And cease acting like a novice teasing sister-in-law. Well, I could kinda guess from your reactions. Jeez, this guy. If I may interject. Oh-ho, don't tell me. A third seer? No. I am the thief. Oh. And I traded for one of the face-down cards, resulting in the role of villager. I see. In short, if Lady Tina can be believed, there is definitely at least one werewolf in the village. That is correct. You would say that. Is there something that offends you? Sure is. It's making my guts boil. 'Cause the real thief is me. Oh my. I swapped with Sesuna-chan, and Sesuna-chan was a villager. So from my point of view, it's pretty darn lucky Tina-chan is with the werewolves. Aw, shit! Though, who can say if she's a psycho or a werewolf specifically? So I see. Well, from my point of view, I believe Madame Sesuna, the only one who has not stated her role or indicated another, is quite likely a werewolf. And the one who raised his voice to protect her is the psycho. That is what I would say. Is Rokudo a werewolf? He really does seem to be a werewolf. Nope, the thief. I see, so you're on my side. I don't trust him. I think he's a werewolf. From how he's reacting to stuff. Zero, come on. This is a rather tricky one. Who should I believe? Well, One Night Werewolf never provides much definitive info, which is what makes it tricky, but we have 4 players making statements concerning their own roles. Lady Kashima, a seer, Sir Zero, a second seer, Lady Tina, a thief, and Sir Dokudo, a second thief. Regarding the seers, there are 2 in the deck, so it is possible for 2 to exist. But only 1 thief card exists, so one of the 2 is certainly lying. And through divination and thefts, we've got statements about 3 people in one of the face-down cards. Kashima-chan divined Yoi-chan was a villager, and Zero divined Kashima-chan was a seer. Tina-chan stole a face-down villager card, and I stole Sesuna-chan's villager card. So the 2 whose roles haven't been corroborated are Zero and Tina-chan. Was I not a seer? If you really are a seer, you should believe in yourself a little more, okay? He's like that one player in Mafia who's always like, wait, my role isn't what I got assigned? Am I doing this wrong? Got it. I'm a seer. Well, it'll be time to vote soon. If there's anything you want to ask, do it soon. Yeah, that was me when I first played Mafia. I should ask for further details. Touch the student's icon to talk with them. Touching the question mark icon will advance the story, but if you advance without talking enough, it may sometimes result in a bad outcome. So, in this game, are there, like, bad endings put in yet? I'm gonna talk to Rokudo first. I'm the thief, and traded with Sesuna-chan, who is a villager. Haven't checked? Maybe I should do some experiments then. Why'd I choose Sesuna-chan? Easy. I felt bad for her because I didn't think anybody'd pick her. What a thing to say. The more unknowns you can clear up, the easier it is, right? And yet you berated Kashima and Zero for not looking at the face-down cards. I mean, that is... You don't have to believe Kashima-chan, but believe me, okay? That's a little too convenient. You can interpret it however you like, alright, Yoi-chan? I am the thief, and traded for a face-down card, which was a villager. If you want to check, feel free to go straight to discussion without talking to all the students. Okay. I just saved, so I'm good. Let's see if we get a bad ending. This UI is kind of confusing. Hello? Oh, hold on, let me check roster first. Crude and aggressive, but honest at heart. Maybe. He's good at science, math, and history. Always sleepy, often sleeps during class. Watch out. She's really good at Japanese and music. Average, but a high average. He's a nice kid. Also, I'm afraid for him because all of his scores are 4, and you know what that means. Not nice to me. Has a rather good personality. Yeah, I had to hold down my mouse and slide the cursor to an icon a bunch of times to get something to respond. They should do something with, like, the arrow keys. Occult fanatic. Sometimes talks too fast to follow. Often out for show business, but good test scores. Show business. Dynamic and stands out, but not poorly behaved. Oh, she's got really bad grades. Maybe a tad bit too overconfident. Mystery upon mystery. Smells like a forest. Why? I like that that was the exact translation I gave for Mino. Hard to read his emotions, but he seems mature. Likes idols. Skips rampantly to attend their concerts. Haito is me! Also, what are his grades? Well, I'm not good at PE, so never mind. Tends to cause trouble. Requires special attention. Okay. So I gotta... Okay. That's so weird, but okay. Also, I don't like VNs that are mouse-based, like... I don't know. From my point of view, I trust Kashima since she confirmed me as a villager. As for Zero, who claimed Kashima was a seer, well, I can't dismiss the idea that he just jumped on the opportunity. But he's always honest to a fault. It's hard to think it was a lie. As for the thief, I don't have enough information to be confident about who it is. Hopefully there's some tack that can get me out of this deadlock. Advance the story. Let's get that bad end. Also, let me know if, like, the plot keeps going like it would normally. That way I can reload and talk to everyone. In case I'm not getting a bad end. Well then, we're just about out of time, so... Does anyone want to say anything more? It seems not. Alright, time is up, so please place your votes. On the count of 3, point at the one you wish to vote for. Please and thank you. Who should I vote for? Gonna vote for Rokudo. He's sus as fuck. 1, 2, 3. Well now, Lady Tina and Sir Rokudo both received 2 votes. What? You guys are heartless. I must agree on my part as well. Now we'll reveal the cards all at once. Was this the correct answer? Ah, the face-down cards are both werewolves, which means this was a peaceful village. Peaceful village. I fucking knew it. It's when there's not a single werewolf in the village. The right answer here is basically for everyone to pick the person to their right, canceling the vote, so no execution. Ah, I was not aware of this. If I had known, I would have stated I was the psycho. Given the situation, though, it's still not like we could have discarded the possibility you were a werewolf. Huh, so there's a rule for that. 0 is me? I was not aware of it before, but this is quite a fun game. It's tense wondering what role you'll get. I think I've got it now. I'll try to do better next time. 0 is so cute. Feels like it'd be a pain if Rokudo or Tina had been werewolves. Pfft, you're just dumber than me is all. Okay, yeah, it's not leading to a bad end? Okay. Once I get the optional reload. Ahem. Oh, scary, scary. Heaven help me. Kashima, don't get so emotional that you lose sight of your surroundings. Ugh. You can open up the menu anytime pressing shift. Oh, thanks. Didn't know that. I was pressing like the X button and it wasn't coming up, so I thought it just didn't have that. Okay, let's talk to Tina. To paraphrase Sir Rokudo, I believed that looking at a face-down card would make it simpler to determine the distribution of roles. To restate my earlier point, my perspective is that Sir Rokudo's antagonism is quite suspect. Furthermore, his supposed trade partner being Sasuna-chan cast the suspicion of her being in the werewolf camp. It is my personal opinion that there is very likely a single werewolf. The trouble, however, is deciding which of them is the werewolf. Well, you're one of them. For there's no point in hanging the psycho. I hate this. I'm a seer. I divined Mr. Yorinada to be a villager. Huh? Why did I choose you? Right, it's true. I did think about checking Rokudo or someone like that, but I felt like it might be better to look for other allies. You phrase it as if Rokudo is your enemy. There's the possibility he is, isn't there? And just look at it. If we believe Tina is the real thief, Rokudo is either the psycho or werewolf. And I suppose you're inclined to think Tina is the real thief. He called me an idiot! Ugh, I'll never forgive him. She sure holds a grudge. Now, how to interpret this game board? Well, ask as you wish, but all I can reply is that I'm a villager. Strictly speaking, if you trust Sir Rokudo, who confirmed me as a villager, then Lady Tina is either the psycho or werewolf. If she's the psycho, that would mean there's no werewolf. What happens then? In that case, there being no werewolf in the village means the psycho is not tempted by werewolves and joins the villager camp. This is referred to as a peaceful village, a village in which there was no werewolf to begin with. And in voting, if everyone votes for the person to their right, it distributes the votes and means no execution. Which is an option you need to take in that event. I get it. And I learned something good there. I'm a seer. I divined Akabono's role to be seer. Why did I choose her? No special reason. I had to say, maybe because her seat was right in front of me. Maybe Rokudo's right. Looking at a face-down card would have been better. You'll just have to make use of that knowledge the next time you play. Right you are. So, as such, since Akebono said she divined you to be a villager, you're about the only other I can trust. So we're basically in the same boat. Alright. Am I going to... Yeah. What's the matter? What's the matter, Mama? Why'd you say wait? 1, 2, 3. Well now. Lady Tina, insert up. Yeah, I got this. Oh, I was supposed to tell Tina about Peaceful Village? Oh shit. Fuck. Let me just skip through all this. Wait, no. Okay. Whoops, I keep spamming through it. Alright, so I learned about Peaceful Village. Come to think of it, I heard that thing from Cessna. Judging from her reaction before the game, Tina doesn't seem to have played werewolf before, so... Tina, let's just suppose that you're actually the psycho. In that case, there are higher odds of there being no werewolf here. And if everyone splits the vote by voting for the person to their right, there will be no execution. If everyone's a villager, everyone wins. That's known as a peaceful village, apparently. Ah, I was not aware of that. Well then, allow me to think for a bit. Right. Did that advance things any? And then let me just get these statements out of the way just in case. Shit, I keep fucking doing that. Alright, here we go. Pardon me. Would I be permitted to say 2 or 3 things? Oh? First of all, I'm afraid I lied earlier, and for that I apologize. I am not the thief, but the psycho. Say again? Thus, the real thief is Sir Rokudo, and Madame Cessna with whom he traded is a true villager. I would air my desire that we choose the option of a peaceful village. Incidentally, a peaceful village means the face-down cards are both werewolves, so there are no werewolves in the village. In this case, the absence of werewolves means the psycho goes in the villager camp. And if everyone chooses to vote for the person to their right, the vote is rendered meaningless, and everyone opts for peace. I get it. But this doesn't erase the possibility that Tina-chan is a werewolf, not the psycho. That is correct, yes. As such, the rest depends on the trust you place in me. This has gotten complicated. Nah, it's simple, right? Either believe Tina-chan or don't. If you believe her, vote to your right. If you don't, vote for Tina-chan. I see. Alright, time is up, so please place your votes. Cessna's to my right. Not Cessna. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it appears. Lady Tina, is it? Was unavoidable, I suppose. Now we'll reveal the cards all at once. Was this the correct answer? As you can see, I was the psycho. So there really wasn't a... Oh, fuck. I was not aware of it before, but this is quite a fun game. It's tense wondering what role you'll get. I think I've got it now. I'll try to do better next time. Feels like it'd be a pain if Rokudo or Tina had been werewolves. You're just dumber than me is all. Ahem? Yeah. You have a point. I lost control of myself. Of course, Rokudo, you shouldn't be so provoking either. I'm just telling the truth, okay? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Besides, Kashima gets better grades than you. That's right. But I'm better at this game, aren't I? Why aren't you saying anything? Mr. Yoinada! Well now that we've got in the mood, let's go for round 2. Oh my. As expected, in a game that so closely resembles psychological warfare, you two are adept. Your compliment honors me. Sure, it's not just that all these guys are so easy to read. It's impressive how you can lie without hesitation, Rokudo. That's just the game, man. I don't normally lie, do I? Yes, I suppose so. Kashima is clearly upset. Cheer up, Kashima-chan. You got a good conscience. It's just obvious, see? That's not true. Don't tell me she took that as a compliment. Look, Rokudo, you're pretty much Omakokichi. Oh my god, he is. I'm equally unable to read the movements of Mr. Yoinada myself. Oh yeah? Professor Yoinada is unlike Sir Rokudo and Lady Tina. He just, well, unintentionally exudes an unreadable atmosphere, perhaps. Might I posit that, in truth, he isn't especially thinking anything? Wow. Ice cold. Did something happen in your past so you lost your emotions or something? What kind of person do you think I am? Perfect timing. Alright, get back to your seats. With that, the students returned to their seats, one after another. Some of them sprinted over, while others returned with reluctant looks. After that, the class began moving their desks to the side of the room for cleaning. Phew, all done. Wonder if it'll rain on the way home. Doesn't smell like rain, so doesn't smell like rain, so Mina thinks it won't. Oh, Mina's a good girl. She is. Not even remotely. Yikes. Why do you look like you've had the soul sucked out of you? English is still too tough for you, isn't it, Mino-chan? Gotta be Japanese, the curvy kind. Well, this is Japan after all. You can get by with just hiragana. Are you for real? Because then I can get by. Oh, if he says so, it must be true. Might have to think of simpler approaches even Mino can understand. By the way, are you coming to school tomorrow, Naki? I can attend until tomorrow. Next week I'll be off doing work again. Ah, I see. The world of showbiz is rough, huh? If it was idols, I'd know all the details. But what's your stage name again? Well, I act pretty differently from the way I act normally, so it might be better for me if you don't know. Huh? What? Do you, act in plays? Sure, I've done jobs like that before. Whoa, I can't imagine. So, is there something about tomorrow? Since it's Friday, we were talking about the guys of the class hanging out together. Is it okay if I come too? Why not? After all, we hardly ever get to hang out with you. I see. Then I'd be glad to go. Whoa, Naki-chan's coming? Nice! Outdoors would be nice. It's stuffy inside. But I'd sure like to go to a candy store or something. Giving your all even in play. That's the way of men. Wow, the boys sound like they're having a fun talk. Good for them. No girls allowed. Hold on, my cat wants out of the room. Give me one moment. Okay, I'm back. This is a cootie-free zone. So mean. Well, fine. We'll get together tomorrow and do something too. Mina will come with. I'd rather go home and sleep. What if we went out and ate sweets? I'll go. She changes her mind so fast. I do not have plans, so I'm able to go as well. I haven't any special problem with that either. Oh, sounds good. Kashima-chan, you're going too, right? Sure. Oh, just as I was fearing you might rebuke us as the class president. Do I detect a rather cheerful expression? Nope. Let's all go together, girls. I won't stop you from having fun, but don't do anything weird or playing around past dark. Huh? Like that's possible. Time flies when you're having fun. I'll go on patrol outside and arrest you if I see you. Yikes. It's hard to tell if you're serious or joking sometimes, Mr. Yornada. Goodbye for now, Professor. Goodbye. Yes, goodbye. As if they had never been tired from cleaning at all, the students went trotting home with cheerful gaits. Once I finished up here, I should go home quickly. Yeesh. When I finished my duties and left the school, it was beginning to drizzle. Better than this morning. Hope it doesn't get worse before I get home. Mister! Mister! Oh, the kids from this morning. What is it, you two? She is Shion. Niri is Nerine. Ugh. What's wrong, mister? No, it's nothing. So, what do you want? I want to be with you, mister. Take us with you, mister. No, can't do that. People would call that a kidnapping. Where are you kids from? Where are your parents? Mister? What? Are you talking about me? I'm not your estranged uncle or anything. Not in any relationship, much less married. Mister? Maybe they weren't answering the question, or rather just want to say mister. So, look, you two... Huh? In the instant I was looking down, the two children that had been there suddenly disappeared. Did they run off? I muttered that to myself, then ran along the road home. I sat on the bedside of a woman sleeping face up. I'm going to die, the woman whispered quietly. Stop it. I'm sure they'll come for me. Even if it takes decades, centuries, millennia, more than then even. Isn't this enough? So please, wait for me. Just... Sweat not only covered my brow, but dampened my dress shirt, making it cling to my skin. Still not morning. It seemed I had fallen asleep like a pile of bricks as soon as I got home. My pulse was still rapid. Pant. I'm not voicing that. Still not morning. I looked at the clock. It was still 4 a.m. I questioned whether I should sleep since I had school tomorrow. I knew I had to sleep, but I didn't want to have that dream. Those feelings took precedence. I haven't had that dream in years. It's been a while since I did this, but maybe I'll sit and wait it out. I leaned my back against the wall, taking a not especially comfortable position, so I wouldn't accidentally fall asleep. I wanted for the night to end like that, hearing only the noise of insects. It's morning. Before I knew it, the night had gone. It did occur to me, but this approach isn't good for the back at my age. I gently lifted my aching hips. How old are you, Yurinata? I thought you were like 25 or something. I was decently proud of my sturdiness, but it seemed that too had become a past glory. I do sit down a lot doing my duties as a teacher too. Better get ready soon. What was that? Probably has to do with my lack of sleep. I have to sort myself out and sleep properly tonight. Can't put too much burden on my body. That's what my aching back has taught me. When playing the Japanese version, I'm just like, oh man, here we go. Morning. My students. Actually, even students from other classes were gathered outside the classroom. Some were disconcerted, some were having whispering discussions, some were openly weeping. Oh shoot, did my stream go down? Gonna wait for a couple of seconds. Anyway, I'll continue. Some were disconcerted. Some were having whispering discussions. Some were openly weeping. Oh shoot. I was clicking OBS for the game. But all of their gazes were fixed on what was inside the classroom. Yuri-chan! Yuki's! Ia broke through the solid crowd of students to approach me. Her breathing was extremely erratic. And without even stopping to let me acknowledge her, she grabbed my arm and pulled me along. There, I saw Yuki lying down with her head in Kashima's lap. Hey, Yuki, what's the matter? Yuki? I tried shaking her body and lightly prodding her cheeks, but she didn't respond. I quickly checked her pulse and whether she was breathing. Looks like she just fainted. Have you called an ambulance? That's right, an ambulance! No, it's fine. You can calm down first, Kashima. I'll make the call. I left Yuki to dial for an ambulance. As I stood up, I saw into the classroom. There. Yep, here we go! Fun times! Yep. And I like how it's pink blood. Sasuga Miwashiba. I saw Rokuro in a gruesome state, hung in the center of the classroom. Hello, do you have an emergency? Is there a fire? Hello? Oh boy. The sound grew distant. Danganronpa alarms blaring in the background. All sounds were overtaken by the sound of my heartbeat. My senses returned with a start. This was... What's going on here? Looking around, I appeared to be under the overhang of a tea house, taking shelter from the rain. I had a strange uneasiness, and it seemed it refused to settle, instead growing larger and larger. Unable to bear it, I took off running without regard for the rain that beat against the ground. Morning, Yoicha. Whoa! Mr. Yoinada, you're soaking wet. Rokuro, you're alive? As I hesitatingly touch his body, Rokuro gives me a dubious look. What's the deal, Yoi-chan? Did the rain splash up so hard it hit you upside the head? It's not healthy to make yourself chilly. Two of them responded to my actions with curious looks. So it's time! Problems! Yay! We go in Steins Gate now, boys. Was it just a dream? It's nothing. Sorry to do that all of a sudden. Weirdo. I sure do love suffering that comes as a result of time travel. I saw the two of them off to the classroom, then headed for the staff room to get some spare clothes. But I've got these here, since I always get my clothes dirty catching wild dogs that trespass and whatnot. You have quite some problems, don't you, Yoinada? Kashima was standing outside the door to the staff room. Her eyes seemed filled with fear. What's up, Kashima? Mr. Yoinada. It's nothing! She remembered. With that quick remark, Kashima went running off. She totally had to remember that then. Before I knew it, it was first period. I observed the students' behavior. Most of them didn't seem concerned about anything. However, Kashima alone was giving off a restless air. First period Friday is English, right? I was checking the schedule and thinking out loud when the students went abuzz. Yoi-chan, today's Thursday, isn't it? So it's math, right? That's right. No English today, so Miho didn't bring her textbook. Thursday. I hastily turned on my cell phone. According to the screen, today was indeed Thursday. Yoi-chan! While I struggled to grasp the situation, Rokuro indifferently called out. What, do you need something? Just wanted to ask, Yoi-chan. I was dead here, wasn't I? Nani? What's going on? I hope this doesn't get me a copyright strike on YouTube. Like it did for Witch's House. When Witch's House's ending theme was a free music. Yo, they should have the sprites like that all the time, my dude. Make it less confusing. Is there anything past the ending? Because when I played it originally when it just came out on like Nico, that was the end. Nice. Rokuro's words made my throat tighten. There's more stuff after this part. Okay. At the same time, I felt like the other students' expressions stiffened as well. You were dead? Do you mean hung? Yeah, that. What's the meaning of this? I mean, it means exactly what I said. Eh? No way! So that wasn't a dream? Don't tell me you saw it too. Huh? Everybody had the same dream? I woke up in front of the flowers, so I thought I'd nod it off. Rokuro, weren't you saying it was probably just a dream too? I mean, obviously we wouldn't be having class otherwise, right? Besides, the students and teachers in the other classes didn't seem to know. But Yoi-chan, you seemed like you might. You found my actions this morning curious too, didn't you? Look, meeting your teacher in the morning and him doing that all of a sudden is surprising stuff, right? Doing what? What did you do to Rokuro? Enough of that, for now. Who here had a dream about seeing Rokuro's hanged corpse? The students glanced at each other nervously and reluctantly raised their hands. Everyone? What's going on? Were all of us sleepy? This is an occult phenomenon indeed. First, I want to hear from everyone one by one. I'll have you come out into the hall in seating order. Start with your seat number and name, and if you know of anything unusual or curious that's happened lately, tell me. What's the intent of that? There's no question that there's a strange phenomenon going on. I see some of you are feeling quite anxious. So my goal is to both grasp the situation and provide counseling, I suppose. Make sure to come in order, starting from the front left seat. Understood. Tina Etupurka. I don't know how to pronounce that. Tina Etupurka, seat number 4. Anything unusual? Let us see. There have been rumors amongst the girls as of late. Some say they hear strange voices. Strange voices? Like what? Well, it's not as if I heard them myself. Inquire with Iya, if you please. Tina was a wealthy daughter from the Etupurka financial conglomerate. Also, isn't Etupurka, yeah, Etupurka is a bird, right? I think I said that when I translated. In short, a very large group that held considerable power in this area. I remember like Googling her name when I read it in Japanese and got like results for a bird, so. As for the girl herself, I guess I should say hard to get a hold on. While her thinking in itself was sound, her unbending nature made it common for her to clash with other people, which was a bit concerning. It is a very strange occurrence for this class alone to all have the same dream. Hopefully it is a dream. Alright, you can go. Pardon me. What's up with Miwa making bird girls as wealthy? Are they saying that birds control the economy? They do. I mean, I think Miwashiba is foreseeing the future, where birds take over the world. Just like in Hatoful Boyfriend. Seat number 2. Yuki Utashiro. I'm sleepy. That's nothing new. You were the first witness, Yuki. I'm part of the campus cleanup committee, so I woke up early to water the flowers in the classroom. And then, I fainted as soon as I saw it. Yuki always seemed to be sleepy and half awake during class at best. However, she did good work for the cleanup committee every morning, so I didn't think she lacked diligence, even if she nodded off in class. Not every day you see a corpse. It's alright. Get some rest. Okay. I'm sure it was just a dream. Yeah, though I don't feel like I slept at all. We are technically in class, so don't sleep now. Aww. She was all set to conk out, huh? If that ain't a mood. Seat number 7, Iyashishibe. Heya! Tina told me you heard strange voices. Strange voices? Oh yeah, I did. Kinda like moaning? Moaning? Bro. Sort of like that. I'd call that growling myself. Yeah, that's the ticket. Ia looked and acted flashy, but didn't behave badly or anything. I'd call her a light-hearted student. But occasionally she'd be too light-hearted and have that taken advantage of. Well, I don't know if that has anything to do with this, though. Right now, I want to hear whatever anyone has to say. Alright, you're done. Righty-tooty. Righty-tooty. She's really cute. Kashima Akebono, seat number 1. No need to strain your voice so much. I am the class president, so I feel it's only expected of my title. So, something unusual. Can't really say I know anything. Wouldn't even count Rokuro dying, honestly. Not even a person's death. Look, you just plain expect him to get murdered, right? Even if it was a mass drain. Well, I do expect he'd earn grudges. There have been countless times I might have gone through with my murderous intents, if not for the laws of this land. Oh my god! I'm taking a screenshot of that. That's frightening. If not for... I would have killed you. Oh my god. Like, he doesn't earn it with the things he does. I'd prefer if he were a simple skirt flipper, honestly. You're fine with skirt flipping? Yes, please draw her doing that. Why not? It's just fabric. Kashima was overly serious. Maybe more accurately, she played by her own bizarre rules. Sometimes she'd make some dangerous-sounding proclamations, too. And there had indeed been times she nearly went fists flying. She had a tendency to let her feelings overcome her a bit too often. Despite how she spoke, her eyes were wavering quite a bit, likely due to her over-diligent personality. With everyone thinking it was a strange dream, she might have been the one most disturbed by this incident. Well, okay. Don't overdo it. You can go now. Excuse me. I am Sasuna Kano, seat number 5. Ha ha ha! The god within me is speaking. They say things have been much too peaceful thus far. In other words, you yourself have nothing to note besides the incident. Jumping jalopy jackpot! What the heck does that mean? Why, just what it sounds like. Why is she making a face like it's only natural I understand it? Well, I believe it to be a bad dream, but... Sasuna, she surely loved the occult. She'd sometimes bring up spiritual matters, often making me unsure how to react. The phrases she used tended to get oddly stuck in my memories. In fact, I almost said them myself sometimes. Okay, you can go now. Righto regarded rigatoni. Mino narrate. Seat number 9. Oh, she's got the 9th number seat. Of course. Yep. Something strange? Is teacher really a virgin? Who told you that? Yeah. Her, huh? The answer is no. Oh, I see. Wow. So, what's a virgin? That's where we're headed, huh? Oh well, nothing from you then. Is it something you eat? You're not exactly wrong. Shut the fuck up, you're not a... Got it! She don't got it. Mino was as light-hearted as Ia, or rather, she was basically floating. Wild would probably be the ideal word to describe Mino. Much like a feral child, her physical abilities were extremely high, but she mostly flunked outside of PE. I'm still screaming for that. Alright, you can go back to your seat now. You're not it, that's not the kind of stuff you say to a middle schooler, right? Gotcha! Like, first off, he told her that he's not a virgin. And it's like, why you need to, like, say that? And then he tells her that it's something, it's not. Seat number 6, Naki Kokuriko. Let's see. I don't think I know anything. I haven't come to school in a while. Right. You can only occasionally come to school due to your performing work. Yeah. No helping that. Well, I mean, I think it was a dream. It's just all kinds of strange. Naki was active in the entertainment world from a young age and seemed fairly popular, so he could only sometimes come to school. Even so, he was an excellent student who got above average test scores. His lack of attendance made it hard to show that on a report card, though. He apparently used a stage name, but I'd never seen Naki on TV, even though according to him, he appeared pretty regularly. So, right when you arrived, disaster struck. Don't put it like that, Mr. Yornada. I'm a student of Class 2-1, too. Right. Sorry. You can go back now. Don't push yourself too much, Mr. Yornada. Rokuro Yamakashi... Oh, your last name is terrible to say. Rokuro Yamakagashi, seat number 12. Well, I wouldn't say there's been anything too bizarre. Just getting my body tore up and hung and killed, but that's all. You're the one I want to hear from most. But seriously, this is all I got. Basically, I'm the one who wants to know what happened to me. Rokuro was the most difficult person to deal with in class, and the hardest to tell what he was thinking. Self-conceited and not very cooperative, he was a load of trouble, if only he were a little more mature. If even you don't know, I guess there's nothing I can do. That's right. You can go for now. I'll ask later if something strikes me. You want to talk to me that badly, Yui-chan? Not right now, nope. Feel free to leave. Rude. Seat number 8, Riku Takaso. What has me curious is how I heard you've been going to the local abarash soba shop lately. Pretty much daily, if I hear right? How do you know that? Oh, because I go there too. Karuta likes abura soba. Come to think of it, he does. Is that unusual? I'm constantly shaking my head at how you two can eat it so often and never get tired of it. Riku was highly self-confident and looked down on others some, but proved a helpful sort. He and Karuta got along well. I did feel their friendship was mostly a result of Karuta's tolerance for giving Riku's eccentricity, though. You're getting older, Mr. Yornada, so you should pay some more heed to your health sooner or later. If I could die from abura soba, I'd be pretty happy with that. Amen. Also, yeah, Riku, how does this relate to the mastery? Karuta said something similar. You guys are beyond help. If that's all you wanted to ask, you can leave now. Got it. Excuse me. That really was it. Seat number 3, Karuta Urawashi. I love you. Something strange, huh? Like you eating abura soba every day? Riku already mentioned that. Oh, I see. Then I'll ask Riku later. No need to do that. Karuta had no particular specialties, but he hit a high average, you might say. He generally gave me the impression that he could shrewdly work out anything. He had a big-hearted personality, too. No real faults to speak of. Nothing else in particular? Oh, the new abura soba shop they opened in Katenbashi is pretty good. That is good info. Oh my god! Nice. Let's eat there together sometime, Mr. Yonada. Later. You can go back to your seat. Okay. You're supposed to be finding out more about the dream. Mr. Yonada, please. Haitominai. Seat number 11. Anything amiss? Ah, well, I won a ticket to an Emi-chan concert recently. Is she an idol? Yeah. You like her too, Mr. Yonada? I just know the name. What? That's a shame. She'll brighten up your life. Anyway, that's why if time really got rewound, it makes me want to die. Oh my god. This guy. Haito liked pop idols, enough to sometimes skip school and go to concerts. Lately, he's been cautious not to let his grades drop accordingly, but show some moderation. If you make your truancy too obvious, there will have to be extreme measures. Which is more important to you, Miss Yonada? Studying or living? Oh my god! I suggest you live and study. You can go now. Yep. Why is this guy me? Seat number 10. Zero Manzanka. Nothing's really been amiss. I grew a little taller. You're still growing? How tall are you? 191 centimeters. Huh. That's outrageous. I wonder if this is a dream too. If it isn't right now, I'm sure. Figures. Zero had a large frame, making him the most conspicuous and conspicuous. It's conspicuous. I can't read. Often he would react candidly or be spacing out. Something that had me curious. I felt people picked fights with him often, even students from other schools. Part of the problem was that he didn't generally turn people down. Holy shit, Zero's about 6'3" feet. That's tall as fuck. Jesus. Considering how often I saw him with Rokuro, I couldn't take my eyes off him for a number of reasons. Alright, you can go now. Right. Ouch. You sure are clumsy. Oh my god, he's so cute. I love him. Yes. He's clumsy, he's pure, he's a cinnamon roll, he's tall, he's just great. Zero was the last one. I'll head back to the classroom. As I thought, the students all seemed to believe this event was a dream. The death of a classmate, the reversal of time. True, they both sound like dreams. So, what all have you ascertained from us? We just had the same mass dream after all, something like that, right? No, I'm certain this is the work of an Ayakashi. Ayakashi? How occult? Hold on now. You can't just throw out that word casually and expect us to understand. For now, just listen to me. Let me ask you all. What do you think happens to people when they die? Who would know without dying first? You go to the good place. The good place? I see. So she watches that TV show, huh? Heaven, right? There exists the world of gods, the world of spirits, the world of... Oh wait, that's Cessna. Why was I doing a Tina voice for her? There exists the world of gods, the world of spirits, the world of the dead, the physical world, and hell. We exist... Oh wait. Oh, she was going too fast. This text skipped. Cessna, you can stop there. I'm guessing it'd be a long one. There are many theories about the afterlife, but people generally believe that the soul leaves the body. After that soul goes to some other world. To put it simply, that world and this world can be thought of as opposing shores. You guys must be pretty serious to be thinking about the afterlife when you're still living. Death is a once-in-a-lifetime event, after all. Longing to know things that are hard to know might just be human nature. However, there are exceptional cases where souls can't reach the other shore. So, it's not as if you'd go there immediately once you die. Souls with strong feelings towards this world will stubbornly refuse to cross over. Ah, like Jibakure? The earthbound spirits? If only the soul wanders the world of the living, then that's what it is, yes. But on rare occasion, it may cling to its body and become a living corpse. Sounds like what you'd call a zombie. You're not necessarily wrong. Simply put, since their body is dead, it won't mature anymore. To break it down into even simpler terms, they're ghosts that anyone can see. But if the process is quick enough, couldn't it be treated like a miraculous revival? Wouldn't it be possible for them to just return to living as normal then? To jump ahead a bit, yes, it would. And more troublesome yet, souls that dwell here too long begin to grow mad and lose control of their self. At the root of their desire to remain in this world lies an attachment to life. When a soul loses control, that attachment grows stronger and it attacks the living. So it becomes even more out of control. Right. That's why people like us send them to the other side. We call the deceased who seek to share the blessings of the living, Ayakashi. And we are their senders, so we call ourselves. I have heard the term! Something about a lineage of diviners forming a succession. Why is he talking about all this? Wouldn't he want to, not say all this to, some kids? Be like, yeah, Rokuro actually died, and it was an Ayakashi's fault. I don't know. I haven't, but... You're not a teacher, Teach? Well, I wasn't always set to be a successor, but then my elder sister died. I inherited the duty from her after quitting my old job and becoming the teacher I am now. So, you're saying this affair wasn't a dream, but an Ayakashi's doing? That's what I think, yes. Doesn't feel very realistic. It's too outrageous to keep up with. Sure, but if you look around, unrealistic things are happening. It's more believable to me that it was a nightmare we all had together. So, Yuri-chan, whose fault are you saying it is? That I don't know yet. Judging from the fact that the effects have only been on this class, all I can say now is there's a possibility they're here in our class. Dun dun dun! Find out the traitor in your class! Ha 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 ha! It's execution time! Yeah, this was a weird shift that had me all... Yeah, it's really weird. There's an Ayakashi with me now? I feel like if he was, a seeker or whatever, he wouldn't want to... if they're, middle school students and you tell them that, this spiritual creature or whatever that exists is, going around and that it killed Rokuro, that would... normally, in, real life, if someone had heard that, they would freak the fuck out. They would be like, oh, what are we gonna do? So, it would make more sense to not tell them. And I'm kind of surprised that they're not as freaked out about this revelation. They're kind of like, oh, Ayakashi, huh. Ho-ho! I'd love to speak with them. Don't! Won't they slice you up? If this were a manga, it'd be like, you noticed someone had a special aura, or you'd use some sixth sense. I'm just writing it up as the fact that Yoinada is the only adult who's aware of the situation that the kids are going along with, and they're still in disbelief. Okay, that makes... I can go along with that. But yeah, they should be more freaked out about it. But can't you tell, Mr. Granada? As I said, I wasn't originally meant to be a successor. Maybe my sister could have done that, but I can't. I wonder, what'll happen tomorrow? Probably I'm gonna die again, right? Then we just need to protect Rokuro. It's currently unclear what circumstances led to Rokuro being attacked, though. Is there any way I could assist, Mr. Granada? I'll help out too! And we know! Alright, how about you gather up books on yokai? Yokai? Actually, those are referred to Ayakashi too. Is there a meaning to that? The beings we call Ayakashi have existed for a long time. We use Ayakashi in a specific way now, but the word far predates that. I'm thinking we'll look for creatures whose natures match our current phenomenon, then go from there. I would have thought you'd be more knowledgeable since that's your line of work. My previous job was totally unrelated to all this as well. I never believed that much in anything related to the occult, so I lacked that knowledge. Would Sesuna know a lot? I do know more than the average person. But it's not all stored in my head like I'm a walking dictionary, I'm afraid. However, I might be of service in finding the proper literature. Let's go to the library then. Are you sure? Aren't we having class? The principal's pretty lax. We'll manage. You're so graceless, Yui-chan. Kashima still doesn't seem to have digested the situation. Oh, so this time I don't have anyone to talk with. Okay. I'm gonna make a separate save just in case I want to go back. We need to search the library. Yep. Climbing up some awfully creaky steps, we arrived at the school library. It was a snug little room, but filled with a large variety of books. There were history books, dictionaries, even somewhat dated manga and novels. Are there books on Ayakashi? Allow me to answer as the library assistant. There are also books in that small storeroom over there, you see. And I believe that we'll have better luck. Oh, it's been unlocked. Oh, it's been locked. Excuse me. Going back to the first floor to borrow the key from the staff room would be troublesome. Mino can open it. Won't open. If you need physical labor, it's my time to shine. No, hold on. We can't force it open. He can attack, but he also protect. If we break the door, we'll be in trouble for sure. Then, how about lockpicking? Ah, such a thrilling notion. I cannot perform it myself, however. I bet Rokuro could, right? Hey now, what kind of life leads someone to learn lockpicking? No, I can't do that. Eh? You've totally got the personality of someone who could. Consider the full extent of my life, not just what I'm like. I can do it, I think. Really? That's a surprising skill. Surprising is an understatement. I couldn't have imagined it for a millisecond. I was on a show once where the director was looking for realism. He had me practice over and over until I could just do it. It was a while ago, though, so I can't be certain. lockpicking. That needs a wire. Miho has one in her treasure collection. Whoa, amazing. Is that an extra dimensional pocket? Treasure? You sure it's not garbage? You probably shouldn't say that within earshot of me now. Well then, oh, hold on. Mr. Granada, will picking the lock get us in trouble? It's fine in my book. Yeah, let's just let these kids break into school properties. No, that's good. Well then, I'll give it a shot. Kitty, stop crying. What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? With that, Naki turned to the storeroom door and began to work. Hello. Yes. I just told her. I just pet her for you. She loves you too, Mama. Just as I found myself thinking, what middle schooler can pick a lock, there was a small, echoing click. And with a twist of the knob, the door opened with a slightly unpleasant creaking sound. A few of the students watching raised their voices in admiration. Wow, it really opened. Is there even a point in security measures? In this case, I believe Sir Naki's skills should be applauded. I don't think it's a very commendable skill. Well then, now we can scrape together some books. Please give me a moment. Entering the storeroom with a forceful shout, Susanna started pulling books off the shelves at a rapid pace. I'll hold some books too. I'm a library assistant myself, but the duties always fall to her since I'm not around. Let Zero help too. He's super strong. Leave it to me. Sir Dokuro, won't you assist? Well, you gotta give the right job to the right guy, yeah? I'll go ahead and check these books for info on Ayakashi. I'm their first victim, after all. That's more efficient, right? Quite a convincing excuse coming from you, Sir Dokuro. Thanks for the compliment, Susan-chan. I'm not really one for reading. I guess I'll help carry. If he carries Miho, Mino will carry too. If that's what you girls are doing, I'll handle searching, I guess. Maybe I'll search as well then. That's more my style. The students were dividing up duties. Ultimately, the book-carrying group and the material-searching group were of exactly even size. So, how should we look this up? For now, we'll make our judgments based on Okuro's cause of death and predicament. You might not want to remember it, but if you could give us a little more detail. I went home without making any stops, like usual, and sat at home, like usual too. At least, I'm pretty sure I did. And then, suddenly, someone's standing in front of me. Next thing I know, I'm in the 2-1 classroom. Even though I changed clothes at home, I was wearing my uniform. Before I could grasp the situation, someone gouged me hard enough to make entrails fly. Yeah, basically instant death. You're really something, kid. Mr. Yornada, I gotta use the bathroom. Go ahead. Okay. Poor Haito. Haito shot off like a rocket before I could even finish speaking. Well, sure, to call that an extreme description is an understatement. How are you even able to recall what happened so clearly? Well, it was a mystery to me too. What happens to people when they die? But then I experienced it. First, my soul left my body. I was looking at me. A near-death experience, or something like it, I suppose. It's not near-death if he actually passed away, though. Glad that was a dream, but all the stuff I sensed wasn't very dreamy. It didn't hurt. Maybe since they went so hard, all my senses died before I could even understand the pain? My ears were ringing the whole time. I couldn't understand anything except that, oh, I'm dying. Do you not recall who did you in? I remember, but I can't say it here. Why so unwilling? There's a sequence to things, Yui-chan. Now is not the time. It's amazing you can remember that much. I'm like, what was I just dreaming about all the time myself? So anyway, that Ayakashi? Its attempt to kill me failed, obviously. Because they messed with the omniscient, omnipotent, and sage Rokudo-chan! What an exaggerated scale. That's the part where you're supposed to laugh, Yuki-chan. We're talking about serious things here. If we keep talking serious stuff, won't everybody end up like Haito-chan? Ugh. So then, in what way will this guide us to our Ayakashi? To surmise from what we just heard, we have capable of kidnapping people, and capable of tearing up bodies. So we need only search for an Ayakashi that possesses these two qualities. No, I want you to be thinking of them separately. Very rarely there are Ayakashi that have incredible power, but in practice, overly powerful abilities tend to destroy their fragile bodies. A freshly dead amateur Ayakashi would be blown to smithereens. Calling an Ayakashi an amateur, it's strange in a lot of ways. Smart ones are apparently able to conceal themselves in our world without anyone noticing their unmaturing body. However, most are noticed by the people around them, and they come talk to us. So it's possible not much time has passed since they died. Actually, why would dying and being revived give them serious powers anyway? I hear that the heightened power of the soul caused by their attachment to life does something or another. Isn't exactly a point that you should be so vague on, is it? But if that's the case, that means there are two? At least. It's also rare for Ayakashi to cooperate, but it's not unheard of. Could there be others, I wonder? Personally, I'm more curious about the reversal of time. But at the current stage, who knows if it was actually reversed or what? Since there's a possibility it was a prophetic dream or the like. I cannot believe that was a dream! Kashima pounded a desk and shouted to interrupt everything we were saying. Whoa! What are you shouting for all of a sudden? I find it much harder to accept that what I felt then was just fiction. My happiness at being invited out after school the day before, and how I looked after Yuki when she collapsed. The weight of Yuki's hand on my legs, and my thought of why did Rokudo have to die? The way you always treat me, you sure you didn't think serves him right? Of course not! Sure, Rokudo's not a good person, but he's not a bad person either. I heard a loud voice over here. Whoa, what's wrong, Kashima-chan? Did Rokudo finally make you cry? Rokudo, you no good. No, it wasn't me, okay? Kashima, you've been quietly enduring this the whole time. You did seem to have taken this incident the hardest out of everyone. I see. When you asked about it this morning, I said probably just a dream and laughed it off. I'm sorry. Besides just Rokudo, I can't imagine there are any bad people in this class. Looking at everyone here, as the class president, I can't think anything else. You're right. It's unbelievable that there'd be a villain among us. It's totally fine to have ideals. In the end, you're just hoping, right? Now hold on. You didn't have to phrase it like that. Then would you be okay with it if you died tomorrow, Iya-chan? You say how I kicked it. You saw how I kicked it. I didn't die because I wanted to die. Someone did the deed. Feel free to go into a little more detail, until nobody can help but believe there's a killer among us. Rokudo, give it a break. Rokudo! Oh, Jesus. His body His body went numb from Zero's shout, the likes of which I've never heard before. Zero approached Rokuro, then lifted him up a little roughly with one hand. I'll borrow this. And I'll apologize in your place. Kashima, yeah, sorry. Why are you apologizing, Zero? Yeah, it's Rokuro who's saying all that mean junk. Zero, protect. Yes, it's the best. He just doesn't know how to use his words very well. Forgive him. You realize you're still agreeing with me that it's wishful thinking, right? You're some idiot yourself, Zero. Kashima-chan, Iya-chan, you shouldn't put much hope in other people. I think you'll live more comfortably that way. Ow! Still holding him with one hand, Zero firmly hit Rokuro in the back with the other. And just like that, they vanished among the bookshelves. Wow, I've never heard Zero shout like that. Kashima-chan, you okay? Yes, sorry. Thanks. I must admit Sir Rokuro's excuse had a bit of logic to it. But when humans interact with others, they hide that which is inconvenient to them. More importantly, we must quickly find our bearings regarding the Ayakashi. For our time is limited, isn't it, Mr. Yornada? But teacher, is it okay to leave these two alone? Zero had a real stern look. It was kind of scary. Indeed, I am curious about those two, considering how Zero was acting. However, how Kashima and Iya felt after all that is also a concern. Like Tina says, if someone's going to die again tomorrow, we need to be quick in searching these materials. Oh damn. I'm gonna make a save here. I'll go after Zero and Rokuro, comfort Kashima and Iya, go ahead and research Ayakashi. Which verse did you go for, Mama? I kinda wanna go after Zero and Rokuro. I think I'm gonna go after Zero and Rokuro. You picked the first one? Okay. Well then, maybe I should do Kashima and Iya. So that you can see like a different scenario. I know I'm gonna be playing through this multiple times on my own. First off, I should help Kashima and Iya get their spirits back up. Thinking that, I left my seat and approached Kashima and Iya. The two were hanging their heads in a strange arrangement, as if comforting each other while also sharing in misery. Yuri-chan, maybe I've been more of a nuisance than I thought. Between my lack of concern for Kashima-chan and how Rokuro really was right, am I just being useless? Why in the world would you say maybe so? Not in the slightest. Most people wouldn't be willing to take that situation sitting down. Yeah, no problem. I don't think anything you've done has been wrong at all. Maybe you're right. Thanks. You don't have to worry about me, Iya. I should have tried harder to tell you, myself. I even ran away when I met Mr. Yornada in the morning. Yes, so you did. I think with the general air of everyone thinking it was a dream, it's reasonable that you couldn't say. Right. I did go to the staff room since I thought maybe you would believe it. But I thought, what if even he tells me it was just a dream? I get it. Take it slow. After all, this isn't the sort of thing anyone can readily accept. Yes. Let's just make sure no one else dies. We need to look for books, quickly. Yeah, that's right. There's still more, so I'll bring them over. Man, I can't believe how many copies of the same book this place has. Unreturned books were a frequent occurrence, as I'm told. Well, at any rate, this much should be plenty. Making multiple copies of everything with the expectations of them being stolen. Our principal's absurdly heavy-handed, huh? There's been a sharp decrease in that since I became a since I became a library assistant, however. Parenthesis, relatively speaking, close parenthesis. But you still need this many, huh? Well, how is progress looking? A bit troubled. We still haven't found anything. We've been looking for Ayakashi with qualities resembling capable of abducting and capable of tearing people up, right? I see. Should we help look too, then? Ah, how about this? The Abozu. There's also the Yamanba. Or how about the Tsuchikomo? Tengu. There's quite a few that could fit when it comes to abducting people. As for attacking people, Kamaitachi? Oh, but they heal the wound. Wolfmen, do those count as yokai? There's also Nekomata, I guess. Well, anything to narrow it down helps. Finding a link to the events of their life will make it easier to get to the specifics. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of yokai that can do either of those things. Events of their life? Because Ayakashi have an abnormal amount of attachment to this world, you can expect that their life provided a reason for that. For kids around your age, the most common thing would be familial circumstances. Ah. So, in other words, wouldn't that be the kind of matter that wouldn't dare talk about? Let me append a bit about Ayakashi. To send an Ayakashi to the next world, they have to be made aware of their deaths. And Ayakashi extremely dislike becoming aware of how they died. Only makes sense, I suppose. I wouldn't say Ayakashi don't feel guilt, but their attachment to life beats out all other emotions. An Ayakashi confessing of their own accord will more or less never happen. And more troublesome is that sometimes, even they're not aware they're an Ayakashi. Meaning, you have to expose them by force? In a case like this, where no one notices what they are, that you do. Gosh, even when you're alive though, there's all kinds of stuff you wouldn't want others knowing about. Yes, it's utter absurdity to say that we should hand over our lives for such a reason. Just because time was reversed once does not mean it will happen again tomorrow. In which case, someone's really gonna die. Ugh. This is getting really scary all of a sudden. Still, there's no guarantee someone will die tomorrow either. We have to do whatever possible to avoid the worst case scenario. But what do we do now? I'd like to go out and check some different materials, personally. Can Minao go too? No. I'm afraid I can't think of a good excuse to take my students outside. But you can't just leave us either, right? We can manage something. If another teacher asks or whatever, we just need to give some excuse. I'd appreciate if you could, but just gotta make a scarecrow that looks just like Mr. Yoinara. Oh, that might be good. Though we'll be found out if anyone looks too close. With a mop from the broom closet, I believe we can make something convincing. True. If we dip it in a little ink, they shouldn't notice it's a mop at a glance. Do I resemble a mop that closely? Well then, I'll hurry out. You get back to the classroom. Understood. I'll keep a close eye on everyone. But the principal was walking around on the 3rd floor earlier. It'll be troublesome if he sees you and asks what's up. You're right. Maybe you should go during the break after this period. That does make sense. Getting caught would be really costly. It's only about 10 minutes left. Guess I'll wait. Okay. Alrighty, let me save. So we've been streaming for, gosh, how long? 1 hour? 1 hour and 49 minutes. I'll go until I reach the 2-hour mark, probably. Naki and Kuruta are talking over there. Hey, it's Mr. Granada. What's up? Well, I've got time until I can leave, so I just thought I'd take it easy. Ah, well, huh. Well, I was just talking with Naki here. Yep, nothing interesting though. That lockpicking of yours was pretty amazing though. So like, do you do your own stunts? I'll do a certain level of action, but not anything that could really hurt. So you do refuse in that case. Yeah, I'd hate not being able to attend school more than anything. Even still, we haven't been able to hang out as much as old times. What kicked things off for you? An audition? Nah, I was scouted. Well, I was out somewhere a bit far from here. Whoa, amazing. While you're working so hard, I'm over here like, this food's tasty. You know, that's a mood. I'd still call that happiness. I've been so busy lately. Often I've had to go on by like a sandwich from a convenience store. Is that right? That'd be rough for me. Well, once the case is settled, let's all go out for something tasty. Karuta-kun, I'm guessing your recommendation would be a tempura place again. I mean, hey, they've added a bunch of them in the past few years. Do you have any favorite foods, Naki? Me? Not picky. Is there anything I especially like? Maybe strawberries. Sounds like the answer an idol'd give. About the most I can do for meals is eat a bunch of strawberries, so... Oh, then maybe you should get a giant parfait at a cafe. Do they make giant parfaits? Yeah, they're super huge. The other day it took 5 of us boys working together to take one down. I bet Zero can eat plenty, though. Nah, well, with sweets, it's bad to ingest too much at once. Am I gonna be okay after that? Sure, the flavor was good. Makes you want to eat till you drop. I was wondering what kind of fun could be had in a rural town. It sounds like you do plenty. No karaoke or bowling or anything, though. As long as it has a train station, I think it's fine. Good point. Karuta-kun, do you have any dreams for your future? My old man always pesters me to inherit the family business. I don't see it happening, though. I see. We're too immature to resist our parents still. Oh yeah, what about Mr. Granada? You know, dreams and stuff? My dreams? Yeah, tell us. I'm kind of curious myself. Dreams. To master my current job? Well, I would personally like to do something else elsewhere, so I'll say that. Well, sometimes I feel like doing something different elsewhere. Like when you don't want to do a lesson? Well, that's fine, if maybe not worded in the best way. Let's see, if I weren't being locked in by my family, I might aspire to become a teacher, to being a teacher myself. I see. You can generally accomplish anything, I find, so I think you'd be highly valued here. There could definitely stand to be a few more teachers around here, yeah. There's a lot to the job, and it's physically and mentally demanding. I respect those who do it myself. I think Riku's better at teaching, though. Maybe the best of us? Well, but I have to say that Mr. Yanada's great as well. He always gets to the gist of things for me. Oh, is that what you're doing when you stay after class? It's probably just my nature, but I've always sought efficiency. Wow, can you cook too? There's this handy thing they call meal delivery these days. Okay, say no more. Man, but really, there sure are a lot of great restaurants around. Makes you want to eat real bad. Karata's just talking about food non-stop. Granted, Naki's diet is cause for concern. Hey, when is not a good time to talk about food? I say never. Do another save. Let's look. Tina. Sasuna and Tina are talking over here. Hell yeah, anytime is good time for food talk. Oh, if it isn't I need to stop streaming this game soon. I'm like fumbling over my words. Oh, if it isn't Professor Yornada. Sasuna and Tina. That's a rare combination. Oh, I believed us to have a considerable companionship. Indeed, I suspect you would say that no matter who I was with, Mr. Yornada. Well, if you were chatting it up with Rokudo, might think there'd be a cataclysm on the horizon or something. I must agree with you there. If you ask me, that might be a case of disliking those who remind you of yourself. And I will not deny that either. Humans are strange creatures, oft fighting with one another due to none other than their own resemblance. You say that like you've had a sudden revelation, Tina. Well, I also believe you view things in a more objective way than the others. I could say the same of Sir Rokudo. It's like you're always taking a step back to observe the full picture. Though, Sir Rokudo's proficiency is then proceeding to make attacks on people. Yeah, there's still a considerable amount to read even after you're done talking to the students, so you should probably stop after this combo. Noted. I will. I guess I will stream tomorrow again then to finish this up, because I want to finish this as soon as I can. To think one's mouth could endlessly spout such sarcasm targeted at so many people, because, like, I don't want to continue the storyline if I'm not streaming, so I can respect it in a way. I think you're no slouch yourself. Yes, but I believe you couldn't do that without knowing what kind of person you're dealing with. I'm envious as can be of that supreme level of insight. Come to think of it, Werewolf is a game that plays emphasis on that. Oh, but tomorrow's the 1st. I might have to go out and do some stuff. Well, hopefully I can stream tomorrow. And I can't on Tuesday, so if not then, Wednesday. Indeed. And such is why Sir Rokudo and Lady Tina were so powerful. There was also numerous players, then, that were all too busy to figure out. Madame Kashima is quite emotional, and Sir Zero may appear hard to read, but his expressions tell all. Even Madame Setsuna tends to show with her face when she's feeling tense. Sir Rokudo never trusts anyone to begin with, almost as if he's given up on relating with others. Could something have happened regarding your own relationships, Mr. Yornada? What makes you think that? You intentionally, or no, I think unconsciously. It appears as if you're holding back your expressions of emotion. And from the pause in your last statement, I wonder if you aren't somewhat aware. Whoa, would you look at that? Where can one buy such a keen eye? It may be called my pedigree, for I must put on the perfect look in my dealings with other people. I'm good at investigating, but it's hard to know how to teach myself such powers of conjecture. Humans aren't creatures one can define and divide into such numbers of categories, after all. I suppose one should first start by knowing their own self well, before they turn to others. Your own self? Indeed. So, Mr. Yornada, could I ask you to offer your services as a teacher? When one confronts themselves, where should they be looking, do you think? And confronting yourself at the parts you dislike, I'd say. And the parts you don't like, I guess? So you're also acquainted. I do believe that means she's complimenting you. Find many things you dislike about yourself. That is what Father told me. He said to even treat others as mirrors, and know yourself as best you can. I get it. That must be a cause in disliking those similar to you, too. It strengthens one's mind the longer you can look at yourself. It does seem like your spirit would be the first thing to give in. And when you grow accustomed to peering within your own depths, you naturally start to see what others are hiding and what they dislike. For people's very natures reside in those depths. I see. I've learned a lot. Haven't you, Mr. Yarnata? I mean, it might prove necessary for this situation, but... Ah, that's right. If I might append something to my observations about Mr. Yarnata earlier, I might even think that he's given up on himself. Given up, you say? Sorry, but you got that wrong. I'm more unwilling to resign myself than you think. Ah, that's too bad. Even I have a ways to go, perhaps. Incidentally, I wasn't aware that my tenseness showed on my face. Indeed, but it is difficult to be aware of actions you do subconsciously, or on instinct. What words would stimulate your depths in which situations? Reaffirm that, and werewolf is a piece of cake. I get it! I've learned much from this. Now, the next time I play werewolf, I'll pulverize, scandalize, and mesmerize. Is scandalizing really necessary? You make a good point. I look forward to the next time we can contend, Madame Sessuna. Yes, absolutely. I have my honor to uphold, and so I refuse to lose in a game of our own suggestion. Was it you who spread the game, Sessuna? I've brought in pretty much all of the tabletop games you have played at school. There are many others, so I encourage you to try them yourself. You aren't too busy during summer break, are you? When I'm in the classroom, maybe. Then I will speak to you then. If I kept playing games like Werewolf, I could see myself getting tired out by all the suspicion. And actually, wasn't bringing games in the school supposed to be banned? Alright, so that's gonna be it for today. Hopefully I can get back to this tomorrow and finish it up. Thank you for coming to my stream. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.